My big takeaway after listening to 120 franchises present what's going on with them is that franchising is booming. There's a lot of excitement and enthusiasm around it. These companies are investing in technology, AI, better systems, all that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of growth still waiting to happen.
Welcome to the Hire Yourself Podcast, the show for senior level executives who are done renting their income and are ready to take control of their future. My name is Miguel Fillon. I spent decades in the corporate America before hiring myself, becoming an entrepreneur, best-selling author, and a franchise consultant. Now I help others stop relying on one paycheck, one job, and one boardroom decision. If you're ready to take control of your destiny, to build wealth, and to live life on your own terms, then you're in the right place.
Welcome to the Hire Yourself Podcast, a show for corporate executives and professionals who are ready to take control of their future, to build wealth, and to live life on their own terms. I'm really excited about today's podcast. I just returned from the semi-annual franchise conference in West Palm Beach, Florida, and I got to tell you, it was an awesome experience. There were over 120 franchise companies from across all of North America that were gathered to share their insights on their industries. What's driving growth? What are they investing in? What's happening with their business models and why they're so optimistic about the future? So this was a great conference. There was a ton of energy this year for sure. And I got to tell you, it's not because the economy is great. I mean, it's doing really well. It's not that uncertainty has disappeared, but it's because franchise companies are solving real problems in growing markets. And today's episode isn't about one franchise. It's about the major trends I observed while listening to these presentations from these 120 franchise concepts. So what are we going to talk about today? What's the question we're going to answer? So after spending several days with over 120 franchise brands presenting franchise updates on their concepts, what trends stood out the most, and what do they tell us about the biggest opportunities that may exist over the next decade? So my first observation is a big one, and this is a category that I love a lot. I've been talking about it. It's health and wellness, and that is absolutely exploding. And we're seeing this because more and more consumers are thinking about it differently today. They're not focused on their lifespan, they're really focused on their health span. And there's a big difference, right? If I live to 80, I want all 80 years where I'm living healthy and happy and stuff like that. I don't want to spend the last 10 years in a chair where I can't move or not remember anything. So they're asking, what can I do right now? Take proactive approaches. How can I prevent disease? How can I improve my energy? How can I optimize my body? How can I stay active 60s, 70s, 80s from that standpoint? And as we see more and more autoimmune diseases happening, obesity, diabetes, cancer continues to be out there, a lot of that stuff's happening, and people want to get ahead of that, and they want to invest in themselves to improve their odds. And we see a lot of activity around this health and wellness, and we see that specifically in number one, boutique fitness. And boutique fitness continues to boom. That's one trend where people are they're not just simply going to the gym anymore. They're looking for ways to improve their strength, increase their flexibility, increase their mobility, improve their cardiovascular health, be part of a community. So one of these franchises that I think about that plays in that boutique fitness is Pilates Addiction, right? Pilates workout. Pilates been around for a very long time. That is one we're seeing a lot of growth. And so again, boutique fitness is one. Another one that is my favorite area in this health and wellness is the functional health and biohacking. And we're seeing a lot of activity around this, and new franchise concepts are entering the market, and they're providing all different types of services. So think of contrast therapy, red light therapy, infrared saunas, cold plunges, hyperbaric chambers, IV therapy, hormone optimization, weight loss or weight management, body sculpting, floating therapy, cryotherapy, peptides, hormone replacements. Bottom line is that you're seeing a lot of activity around this biohacking. Everybody's looking for an edge. I'm one of those people. I do most of those modalities. I believe in them. One of the concepts or franchise companies out there that's really kind of taken hold in this, we're seeing a lot of momentum, is the Ultimate Longevity Center. Again, this category is going to continue to grow. People are investing in this. Another big area that I recognize in terms of growth is essential service businesses. They're just going to continue to shine. This is one where bottom line is that people have problems and they need to have these solved. They can't ignore them. So if it's a really hot summer day, my HVAC system goes out. Or if it's a cold day, my HVAC system goes out. Bottom line is I got to get it fixed. Or if I have a pipe burst or I have plumbing problems, I got to get that fixed. Or my electrical system goes out in my house. I have a problem, or I have flooding in my house. I got to get that out through restoration. Or my roof has a leak. I've got to get some repairs done. Doesn't matter what happens, you have to get it fixed from that standpoint. So these are needs. They're not wants. They're not discretionary. Bottom line is we're seeing a lot of that stuff happening right now. And so AI can't replace physical service, right? So they can't replace plumbers. They can't replace HVAC technicians. They can't do restoration services in your house. They can't fix the wiring in your house. And so bottom line is that we're seeing a big growth in this. And again, AI can make these businesses more efficient, but they're not going to replace them. We're also seeing a big growth in service around specialty service businesses, and they're kind of emerging. So think about, I've used this example in my podcast. There are service-based franchises that go to homes and businesses that they fix your cabinets or countertops. Like I chipped my countertop and a franchise came in and fixed that. Or we had to do some environmental testing around our house around mold. There are franchises that are now popping up in that space that can tell me my environmental things that are happening in my house or do environmental testing. There are content restoration companies. So, for example, if my house gets flooded, well, I have all the stuff, the contents in there that have to be restored. There are emerging businesses where it used to be where I had to go get my oil changed. Now there are mobile oil change businesses that can go take care of a fleet of trucks or come to my house and do the oil change right there in my driveway. There are roof life extension businesses. So as your roof gets older, instead of replacing it, there are ones that can add years of life to your roof through a simple technique or a product. There is home sale preparation franchises. So when I have to get ready to sell my house, it used to be where I have to track all these contractors down. There are franchises that just do that for you. And there are also franchises that play in many other areas around these kind of cool niches. And when there's niches, there are riches. So there can be limited competition. There's high margins. These are strong referral relationship businesses like realtors or any kind of referral can happen there. And they're extremely stable. Another growth category that I observed was pet care continues to boom. And this is one where Americans absolutely love their pets, right? We know that many families welcome dogs during COVID, including my family. My wife got a dog. And, when we think about pets and dogs, do you realize there are more dogs in the United States than kids under the age of 18? It's unbelievable. And that explosive growth leads to demand. So if you need your dog groomed, good luck, right? It's hard to find a good grooming place where you can get in immediately. You have to wait 3 weeks. Boarding, you want to go on spring break or you want to go on vacation. Bottom line is boarding stuff. Daycare, keep the dog busy. We have, had a hard time finding a daycare for our dog. Vet or clinics to be vet friendly. So if I need almost like a urgent care for my dog, there are franchises for that. There are training franchises to train my dog. There is pet waste removal to get all the waste out of my yard. Bottom line is that people are investing a lot of money on their pets. And this is just an absolute explosive growth. And another category that we see continued explosive growth is people are investing in their kids. They're always going to invest in helping their kids become better or give them growth opportunities. And that could be sports performance training. That could be music classes. That could be dance classes. That could be swimming lessons. That could be tutoring. That could be things like coding classes or STEM education or entrepreneur education. Bottom line is there's so much out there and parents are going to continue to do that. We're going to see that area grow. Another big area of growth that I observed and is continuing to happen is senior care. This is one of America's biggest opportunities. Again, 10,000 Americans turn 65 every day or roughly that number. And bottom line is that this is real. These people, as they get older, need help. And I'll just give the example of my mom. My mom started aging and she needed some extra help. So we found a franchise that helped her downsize from her house to an assisted living place. We actually found a franchise that helped her find that right living community that she wanted to move into. We had a company that basically came in once she was in that facility to provide non-medical in-home care support. So helped her with showers, helped her with some light cleaning, cooking, helped her go get her prescriptions or go to a doctor's appointment, helped her with just companionship. So that's a big area that we see. Another area that we're seeing in terms of substantive growth is home improvement. It's still growing, and it's because more and more people are staying in their homes longer. I don't know about you, but it got a great mortgage rate. We're not moving anytime soon. And so you're seeing people with spending more time in their homes, or maybe they're just kind of stuck there. They're investing in those. So think of outdoor living areas, kitchen remodeling, bath remodeling, new flooring, new painting, nice epoxy floors for the garage, new window treatments, motorized ones where I can push a button and the blinds shut, outdoor entertainment spaces. Bottom line is you're seeing a lot of that stuff. And as we look at all these growth categories, an overlying area that I like is that AI is transforming franchising. You see, AI is coming in, and franchise companies are investing a lot of money into AI because this can improve the operations. AI can be used to schedule appointments automatically, route technicians. They can improve the customer experience. And I've used the example of contacting a franchise company to get some services done at my house. I had a chat bot help me schedule the service. It was a great experience. That was all done with AI. They enhance digital marketing. They analyze salesperson's conversations and optimize their performance. They do all kinds of estimating. So we had a franchise that we reached out to get some services, and AI actually did an estimate for us. I didn't have to have a salesperson come out. So it's obviously improving efficiency. So AI is an underlying thing that it fuels all the growth in all these different categories. We're seeing big investments. So my big takeaway after listening to 120 franchises present what's going on with them is that franchising is booming. There's a lot of excitement and enthusiasm around it. These companies are investing in technology, AI, better systems, all that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of growth still waiting to happen. And so bottom line is that as corporate America faces AI disruption, layoffs, return to corporate office mandates, restructuring, reorganizations, new leadership teams coming in, we look at what's going on with franchising, and this can help you survive it. Build something of your own where you don't have to be dependent on anybody. Take advantage of the great opportunities that are happening in franchising. So if you've listened to this and you go, holy cow, I want to learn a whole bunch more. I want to learn about these trends. I want to learn about these exciting. Well, I encourage you, go to hireyourself.com, my website, and request a 15-minute call. You can tell me a little bit about your background, your goals, kind of where you're trying to go. I'll tell you a little bit about my free franchise consulting services. So I'm here, no pressure, no obligation, just clarity for you. And if you like what you heard today, I encourage you to subscribe to my podcast and follow. I'm always here for you. And with that, have a great day.